everybody, it's Carla with Cobweb Corner and welcome to FlossTube number 11. If you're returning, thank you. I really appreciate that you're back to see more. And if this is your first time watching Cobweb Corner's FlossTube channel, thank you for joining us, and I hope that you find something that you like, and I hope you consider subscribing. So let's see what happened this week. So it was Mother's Day, and I'm a mom, and I didn't get to see my daughter on Mother's Day, but we had just seen her the week before when we took her on our trip to Germany. So I saw her for 3 days. My daughter's name is Alicia, and she's 24. And since it's Mother's Day, I'm going to do the mom brag moment. She graduated from Iowa State University with a degree in aeronautic engineering, and she now works for Boeing, working on the SLS, which is the Space Launch System for NASA. So when we go to a party and somebody says, "Oh, do you have kids?" and I say, "Yes, I have a daughter. She lives down in Huntsville," and they say, "Oh, what does she do?" And I get to say, "She's a rocket scientist." It's like, that's just like always really cool. And I don't brag very often, but I'm really proud of her. So she did call, of course, and talk to me. And she calls every once in a while and texts 3 or 4 times a week. So we keep in touch pretty good. I went to my mom's for Mother's Day. We had a get together with my husband, my mom and dad, and my brother and his partner. And I made homemade lasagna, and it was wonderful. I used my mom's recipe, which I've had for years and years, and which she made when we were growing up. And I substituted, super easy recipe. Maybe I'll post it on my blog. I did not make my own sauce, but I substituted the slices of mozzarella cheese for real mozzarella cheese and shredded that. And then I shredded real Parmesan cheese. And instead of ricotta cheese, this recipe just calls for cottage cheese with an egg mixed in. Super easy. I made it the day before and didn't cook it. I think I made it like 2 o'clock in the afternoon and then just covered it and put it in the refrigerator. And the next morning I got up and cooked it for an hour, and I put it in one of those travel casserole things, and we drove about a 45-minute drive, and the lasagna was just piping hot when we ate a half hour after we got there. So that was really fun, and spent 2 or 3 hours there, and then we had to get back home because my husband had some work he needed to do before he traveled this week. So anyway, that's about all the big stuff. Paul was on, my husband Paul was on travel, but just for one night. He left on Wednesday morning early and came home late last night. So he travels quite a bit for work, and but that's fine. I keep super busy when he's gone, and he usually checks in with me almost every day. So anyway, we're ready this weekend for a weekend at home. We haven't been just stay at home for quite a while, and next weekend we go up to North Dakota to my niece's graduation. So that weekend, which is Memorial Day weekend, we're going to be gone 3 days then. So it's going to be nice just to stay at home. So let's talk about some stitchy stuff. First of all, haul. I didn't get, well, I got some. For one thing, I got a microphone. My husband really is supportive with my business, and he was a little skeptical when I told him about FlossTube, and he's like, I said, well, it sounds really weird because people just go on YouTube and talk about their cross stitching, and I said, but it's really cool, and I'm going to try it. And he was like, okay. But then when I told him I was over 200 subscribers and he saw how much I like it, he started to understand a little bit. He watched just a couple minutes of one of my last videos, and he says, you need a microphone. And he was pretty pleased with my setup here. Once I finally, my early ones are all around the house, and this setup has worked out really well. But he said, you know, if I watch a video and the sound's terrible, I just turn it off. And I'm like, well, okay. So we have a new microphone, and I will post that, which microphone I'm using, on my Amazon shop, and you can find a link below to my Amazon shop. So I got that, and then for stitching haul, I bought another Q-snap, and can you see anything wrong with this Q-snap? I was like, what the heck? I have so many of these, and no matter what I did, it came out like this. So, and it's an authentic Q-snap. So I bought it on Amazon, but Q-snaps are owned by Yarn Tree. So I contacted Yarn Tree and I said, hey, I didn't buy this from you, but am I doing something wrong or what? And they wrote back right away and said, oh, very, very rarely one of them gets, there's little grooves, so you can't just turn it. There's little grooves that keep it in place. And they said once in a while, those grooves will get cut in the wrong place. And they just immediately sent me out a new one. So this one's 11 by 11. Oh, and you know what? I think I told them I bought an 8 by 8, and that's what they sent me. So, I have to buy another 11 by 11. Figures. But you can never have too many Q-snaps. My husband says you can never have too many clamps, and I guess my new one's going to be you never can have too many Q-snaps. So they were really good about it, and just shipped it to me for free. Then I got 2 new project bags, and I got them both from businesses that are on Etsy. Remember, one of my pet peeves is you never say I bought this on Etsy. You say I bought this from so-and-so who has a shop on Etsy, because otherwise the sellers just aren't getting any individuality. And you know, Etsy didn't make it. Somebody who has their own business made it. So my first one is Mama Joan. And I got this kind of vintage red fabric, and then I do have one of my projects in it. It's got a red stripe. I now have 4 project bags. I've never had project bags before FlossTube, and I have one that doesn't have the vinyl, and I far prefer the vinyl. The 2 that I got are both see-through window panes here, or vinyl panes, and but the shops, and they're really well made. This one's, there's nothing fancy about it, just a little piece of ribbon on the zipper, but the stitching is beautiful. I love the fabric. I'm a Valentine baby, so red with the kind of hearts and stuff fits me pretty well. And that was by Mama Joan, and I'll put a link to her shop down below. The other one is by Quilting Grimalkin, and this one is beautiful. It's got the foxes and then the purple polka dots, and it's got this adorable little fox charm for the zipper. And I love them both. They're both really well made, but the shops didn't have much to choose from. So I'm having a hard time finding nice project bags with the vinyl, clear vinyl pane in the front. So if you have a source for project bags with the see-through, you know, I love the front. So I'm looking for more sources for more project bags, and I would like to get one a little bigger that I could put. This will hold an 8 by 8. This is an 8 by 8 Q-snap, but I'd like to get one that would hold an 11 by 11. So if you can contact me, I'll put my email address below, and if you have any suggestions of places that I can shop that I'm not finding, I would appreciate it. So I got those. The other thing, if you've been with me for a while, I like to talk about my efforts to reduce my use of plastic in the world. And this week on Amazon, I purchased, and I should find the company on Amazon too, because it's kind of the same thing. Amazon doesn't make it, somebody else provides it. But I got Beeswax, and maybe it's on here. N-E-E-N-E-Y Reforestation Program. This is called, I'm not sure, that's not going to show very well, how to pronounce that, whether it's N-E-N-A wrap. And it came with quite a few pieces. They're pretty stiff. This one is a large one. This one has a button and a string. so that you can form it like around an apple or something, and then tie it, or put some produce in there or something, and then tie it closed. And this one, let's see, and this one has a string too. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. They were kind of expensive, so but you can reuse them over and over and over. So I'm using them to replace my cling wrap. And I have an example here. What you do is you just put it over your bowl, and then you use the warmth of your hands to form it. And then once you got it done, you just put it in your fridge. And what came with it is a package of beeswax. And what you do is that over time, the beeswax that is on them will start to wear off. And you take this beeswax and shred it, and I can't get it open. Shred it over the piece that's starting to lose its wax, and then you put it in the oven and let it melt. So I just got these, so I haven't got a chance to try that, but I'm going to keep the instructions and maybe look online and see how that works. So my husband is like, it's cling wrap, how much do you use? And I said, it's cling wrap, and it doesn't biodegrade. So we're giving that a try. Just do it. So he knows when Mama's serious about something. So we're trying. I also used my reusable produce bags last week for the first time, and those are on my Amazon shop, and the beeswax is in my Amazon shop. So if you're interested, just look below, and there's a link to my shop. But the reusable produce bags couldn't have been easier. I mean, you just have to remember to take them, and the ones I got are see-through, so at checkout they're super easy, and they weigh next to nothing. So that was really easy. And I think that's it for haul. Not much. I'm trying to stop that a little bit. So stitchy stuff for me. I have no finishes, and I didn't get a lot of stitching time in. I've just been super busy, but I'll show you what I did. So I'm working on the Getaway Ghost kit by Fern Ridge Collections, and that's the outside, and that will be the inside. And the kit comes with everything you need to finish the project. And I'm a little nervous because I've never made anything like this, and I've got some ironing to do and some backing to put on, and I don't even know the terms, and I'm not sure. There's 2 pieces of stuff that I'm supposed to use, and they're different, and I don't know which one's which, but I'm going to get it figured out. So this is where I'm at so far. And it's really cute, and I just got the bat charm put on, which of course is included. And then right here, I've got the tool to make the ghosts. So that'll, but I got to do the backing and do some other work on it before I attach the ghosts. So I'm starting to get pretty excited about that. I have a couple more small pieces that one I think just has a border. I think there might be two that just have a border for stitching stuff, and they will go in this section of the fabric. So I'm hoping I can get working on that. I'm just not sure about the finishing. Then that's the only stitching I did, and then I am starting A Girl Sitting on Dragon Reading a Book by Joy Sunday. If you watched my video last week, I talked about Joy Sunday because of this pattern and another pattern that I saw on a Facebook post, that this company is out of China, and they actually sell a lot of illegal charts. So I researched for about 2.5 hours and found the artist and asked him if they had permission to use his design, and they do. So this one is legal, but I probably won't purchase anything else from this company again. So this is one of the bigger and more complex projects that I've ever worked on. And my girlfriend, who is just a crazy stitcher in the past, has always tried to talk me into adding a grid to my fabric, and that it would be easier for me to do, and I've never done it. I didn't do it on my Angel of Healing by Lavender and Lace, And I have gotten lost a couple times. There's a couple sections that I've really had to tear out a lot. But this week I thought, okay, I'm going to do it. So I'm using the Easy Count Guideline. And there's a link. I have carried this in my shop in the past, and I might have one or two left, but I don't think I'm going to continue to carry it. Maybe I will. I don't know. See how much I use it. So it comes in a spool like this, and it's just a kind of a thick red, like a fishing line type of thing. And then here's my fabric, and I'm actually glad I did this because when I got the fabric, look how crooked it is. And I was all confused about things were kind of, you know, not right. And so once I got it, was sure that I was in the center of the fabric, I could start gridding, and then it's helping me to know that my fabric is just off. So that was confusing to me. But if you can see, I run the, I'm going to stand up here. I run the line through the fabric every 10 stitches, every 10 squares, or actually 20 because I'm doing over 2. So every 20 squares, and I end up matching, and you do it to match the grid on your pattern. So every 10 stitch grid in your pattern is a 10 stitch grid on your material. This has taken me forever. Hours. And at first I was a little confused and I wasn't quite sure how if I was doing it. It's going a lot faster now. So I'm almost done. All I have left is this little section here. And so I don't know, maybe six more lines at the most. So that'll get done in no time. I posted a picture of this on my Facebook page, and most people thought I was crazy. They're like, I've stitched for 40 years and I've never gridded before and don't plan on starting. But I wanted to give it a try. I've stitched for 40 or 35 years too, and never did it before. But the people who take the time to do it on their larger projects say that it's worth it. So I'll let you know how it goes. I'm anxious to see. I'm wondering if I should have done all of the fabric at one time, because I'm wondering how it's going to work in my Q-snaps. The other thing I'm hoping is on some projects, I always start in the center, and on some projects, I kind of would like to start in a corner, and I think this would be much easier to know that you're starting in the right place. So I'll keep you posted. I hope to start stitching on that this week. So now I'm up to like 4 whips at one time, which for me is craziness. And I have so many charts that I want to start. So thank you, FlossTube, for getting me into stitching chaos. I just can't. For those of you who stitch, have 20 or 30 or more projects going at once, wow, way to go. I don't know how you keep them straight, and it just amazes me. So way to go. All right. I think that's it for what I stitched on. So that's it for stitching news. And now I'm going to talk about shop news. First of all, I got a couple of large wholesale orders in, and I'm going to show you some of the things that I got from that. My all-time, I got a whole bunch of the Cuore Batticuore charts from Italy, and I want to stitch almost every one of them. They're just amazing. In my opinion anyway. And what else? Oh, I restocked Prairie Schooler, and I still have some Prairie Schooler charts that are in the original leaflet format, but more and more of them, they're running out of that inventory and replacing them with the kind of floppy paper ones, which nobody seems to like, but that's the way it is, and at least we get to keep stitching the really nice charts that are put out by Prairie Schooler. So got a lot of those back in stock. The other thing that happened this week is Cross Stitch Wonders. Marcia Manning is the designer, and she sent out an email to shops and gave us the option to start carrying her designs. It's kind of, I'm not going to go into the details of the agreement, but basically I have access to all of her designs, that are listed on one of her websites, which is, I think right now, 360 or more. And people order them, and I print them off here, and if needed, put them in a chart pack and ship them off. And it's kind of an upfront investment, but I'm like, I'm going to give this a try. And so I've listed about 20 or so, probably more than that, probably 30 or 40 so far. I have to do them one at a time, and it's taken me a while, but I've listed them, and I've already sold like 15 of them, and I just started listing them this week. So they're really cute. She does a lot of designs based on clip art, and then and most of her designs are very simple. She has a couple that are more complex, but they're smaller and simple, and I'll try to put a photo of a few of them here. There's one series that I just love that I put out today called Crazy Patch Owls or something like that. I think it's Crazy Patch Owls, and there's 12 of them, and they are super colorful, bright, whimsical, and just a lot of fun. So I'll try to put some of those here. So let me know what you think about those, and over the next few weeks or a couple weeks, hopefully I'm trying to add like 15 to 20 a day, so there'll be more and more items by her. So if you have one by Cross Stitch Wonders that you want, you can email me, and if it's part of the collection, I will add it right away so that you have access to it. So some of the things that we got in our wholesale order, first of all, is the Italian designer Cuore Batticuore, and if I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I am in love with these patterns. There are about 7 of them that I want to stitch. I had showed some of them to you before, and I had ordered, I don't know, maybe 6 of them just to give them a try, and the designs are so adorable. I ordered a whole bunch more, and I've got these that I'm going to show you, and then I still have another stack of them that I haven't entered yet. So this one is Just Married, and then I love this one. It's called It's Not Easter Without Eggs, and I just love all the little details that she does with the patterns on the eggs and everything, and I just think that's so cute. This one's called Needlework Village, and it's got spools and scissors and ladies stitching and flowers. And I love Easter in the Sun, and I just love the patterns in the clouds and the pattern on the umbrella. It's just really cute. Christmas on the Road, and this is so cute. The sign there, you probably can't see it, but it's actually Route 66. So it's Santa and his reindeer on Route 66. Then I have Quilting and Quilt, and the In Quilt is a series. She has Stitching and Quilt, Halloween and Quilt, Autumn and Quilt, Winter and Quilt. So that's another one in that series. And this is Christmas Recital. So it is 2 cute little angels on a stage with just really delicate kind of snowflake stars. And I don't know, this one is called Primavera d'Amore. I don't know if that's First Love. I tried to look it up, and I just didn't get a good translation. And then this one is Gli Angeli dell'Avvento. It's Advent Angels, and it is peace, love, joy, and hope. This one, so cute. I've already sold one of these, and I just listed it yesterday. Is Strawberry Farm, and there's just so much detail in those. And Welcome Great Pumpkin, and it's got 2 kids dressed in costumes sitting on their pumpkins waiting for the great pumpkin, and then there's a dog in costume and a cat in costume and 2 little birds in costume too. And this is my favorite. This one I think I'm going to stitch before for sure. It's called Sunflowers Farm. And look at those bright yellows. I love everything about this chart. And tons of sunflowers, and I just love it. So those are the new ones by that designer. And then we also got some that you'll recognize that they're not new, real new to everybody, but they're new to our shop. Dog's Declaration by Ink Circles, and I think that, not sure, that's a pretty new one, 2018 maybe. Halloween Quaker by Lila Studio. This one, this is 2018. I think this might be a market release. I'm not sure. But it says, it's by Rosewood Manor. It says, "You are ridiculously amazing, my friend." And I have my girlfriend always says my friend. She says, "I love you, my friend," or whatever. Or, "You're amazing, my friend." So this made me think of her. And it comes with the button pack. So the buttons are used in the blooms of the flowers, and the buttons are included. So you don't have to try to look for those. Then I got this little unique, if you're a Mirabilia fan, or really like her, I got this little booklet that is for her 25th anniversary of designing. So I'm not sure which year that was. I think it was 2 or 3 years ago. And it's got a picture of her, tells a little bit about her, and then she just talks about a few of her designs over the years. So that one is Damask Rose from 1993. So I think this was 2015 this came out. It's got Sleeping Beauty from 1993, just not patterns. There's not a pattern. It just tells her thoughts on how she designed those and how she came up with them. So it's only a 18-page booklet, and then you do get one pattern. You get Portrait of Antique Vines Key. Or that's the key. Portrait of Antique Vines. I'm reading. So you get that pattern. And these are just, I think they're on my site for $3.50. So if you're a collector of Mirabilia, you might like to have this in your collection to refer to and get to know her a little bit better. Then I got in the autumn 2018 annual gift Stony Creek Cross Stitch magazine. So it's got all of the it's kind of their Christmas and summer getting ready for Christmas issue. And then I got some of the 2014 Just Cross Stitch ornament issues. And then here is another really unique book. This was put out by Wilchet Imports in conjunction with Mill Hill Beads. And it's a booklet that's about, 40 pages. And it's got, trying to see how many projects. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, maybe 12 projects by some of your favorite designers. So, for example, let's see what it says here. Debbie Mum, Perman, Jim Shore, Mill Hill Beads, Mill Hill Beaded Tassels, Mirabilia, Red Skies at Night, and Thea Governor. I'll show you some of the designs that are included. I can't show you the pattern, but how am I going to do that? So you got a rose by Perman, and another flower by Perman. See that? This is the Debbie Mum pattern, sprinkler. And this is Jim Shore. Very distinctive style of Jim Shore. And another one by Jim Shore. Lucky the Cat. I love that. The Mill Hill Christmas Village Shops. And let's see. We've got a sticks and Mirabilia. So here's the Mirabilia chart and then the sticks chart. Aren't those adorable? So those are going to be stuff that you're not going to find anywhere else. And then there's a couple others. So this is called In Celebration of 40 Years. And I've got 2 of those listed on my site right now. I think they're like $25 or $21 or something like that. But that is just really unique. Some of the other things I got, I've seen people stitching these on FlossTube, so I picked them up. We've got the Festive Little Fob Seaside Edition by Heartstring Samplery. I think I also have the Stitching Edition. And then also by Heartstring Samplery is the Bird Collection Part 4 and the Cat Sampler. And then I've got more that are waiting to be listed. And then I also got a few memorabilia, and one of them that I got was the Bliss Fairy. So that's it for new haul. There's a lot more, and I've been listing stuff every day, so check back. And that's just a few of the things that I got listed this week. As far as older inventory, some of the things that have been on our site for a while that you might not find elsewhere, because we do specialize in new and used, and we purchase inventory from stores that have gone out of business. So sometimes they've been sitting on that inventory for a few years, and a lot of our stuff is from the early 2000s, late 1990s, and then when I get individual collections, it can go all the way back to 1983 or earlier even. But I try to get stuff that's when I buy whatever they have, so we don't cherry pick. The seller doesn't cherry pick, and I don't say I only want your good stuff. So we end up with a lot of interesting things. This one is by Lorac Designs. It's called The Moons of Saturn. And then we have a Lindy Jane Christmas Cheer. These are some of the things that have been on our site for a while. I like this one. It's called Bands of Love by Linda Berry. And it's let color from the needle flow, and with each band your love will grow. My work, and then her name and date. And that is Bands of Love. Then by Lavender and Wings, we have Piney Hill Sampler. La Chatelaine is a Band of Lace sampler. La Broderie is the Birdsong sampler. And Ellen Stouffer is A Very Merry Christmas. All of those are from a store that went out of business, so they're in unused condition, and you can find those at cobwebcorner.com, and our link is below. So tell you about something really dumb I did this week, and I'm really embarrassed, but I think it's going to work out okay. So I get a little scatterbrained sometimes, and my husband, when I told him about this, he just was not surprised at all. But I got the winner for FlossTube number 9, and her name is Allison, and I contacted her and said, hey, you won, Allison, get a hold of me. And she got a hold of me right away. So Monday morning, I was like, yay, I'm going to get this sent out, and I shipped out her package with her giveaway. And yesterday or the day before, it hit me, I sent her the wrong giveaway. I sent her the giveaway for FlossTube number 10, which was a special Ladybug giveaway with chocolates from Germany, Ladybug floss, and a Ladybug scissor weight chart. So I contacted Allison, and thank goodness she has been so nice. The package has tracking on it, and it's supposed to arrive at her house tomorrow. I've sent her giveaway item, and I would have just let her keep it, but I can't go back to Germany and get more chocolates, and I don't have any more of the scissors weight chart. And I'm like, gosh, people sign up for a giveaway, and they, expect to get what they signed up for. So I'm like, what am I going to do? And Allison was really nice. I sent her chart that she won, and I also sent her some other freebies. and then I send her some money for postage. And when it comes tomorrow, which means she probably won't get to the mailbox until Monday or Tuesday, if the winner from today gets a hold of me, she will ship to the winner. So if it doesn't turn out, then I apologize, but I think I know my winner is a customer of mine, Susan Wagner. So Susan Wagner, you won the Ladybug giveaway, and we are going to do everything that we can to get that giveaway to you. The question last week was, where's your favorite place that you visited or would like to visit in the United States or U.S. territories? And Susan's answer was Sanibel Island, Sanibel Island in Florida. And she says it's just full of shells, and she likes to go there and pick up shells. So that was her favorite. And thank you, Susan, and congratulations. And I'm pretty sure we're going to get it worked out, and you will be getting your Ladybug giveaway. Before I go on to this week's giveaway, if you have a FlossTube channel, and I would love to see it. So if you do, you can post it below if you want when you answer the giveaway question, or you can send the channel directly to me, and I'll take a look, and if it's something I think that everybody here would be interested in, I'll do a call out in one of my future videos. So last thing is the giveaway for this week, and the question is, who taught you how to stitch? And was it someone, or did you teach yourself? And just so I was taught by my roommate in college. That would have been about 1982, and she was stitching, and she showed it to me, and I was like, wow, and I was just hooked right away. And what I started stitching on was Precious Moments by Designs by Gloria and Pat. It wasn't this book in particular. So I chose this book because of the question I asked, and how I started stitching, and also because it's got a mother's arms are always open. So in celebration of Mother's Day. So you get these designs. It's an older booklet. See if I can find a date. This is first printing 2006, so it's not that old. Let's see, what else is in it? It says, my heart belongs to you, moms make the best teachers, and a baby to love, a gift from above. So that's the giveaway this week, and the question is, who taught you how to stitch? So I hope that you enjoyed everything. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and please share with your friends if you think this is something that they would enjoy. Once you subscribe, you can click on the little bell that's going to show up, and that way you get notified whenever there is something new. I'll post links below to my Instagram channel and Facebook. We have a lot of good discussions on Facebook. We have about just under 3,000 followers on our Facebook page. So if you want to come and join us there, it's a lot of fun, and I post a lot of photos of new things that have been entered into the inventory and stuff like that. And let's see, Instagram. Oh, and then I'll also post a link to my Amazon shop so you can see some of the items that I talk about in our videos. So I hope you have a great weekend, and thanks again for watching. I do really appreciate it, and we will talk to you later. Bye. Happy stitching.